Hi, welcome. We're going to do another one of these intuitive collaging slash mediumship readings. I don't know what to call it. This is new territory for me, so I'm being very vulnerable and adventurous. And I'm opening myself to spirit to say whatever messages want to come through for people. That's what I do for tarot, but this feels like a little bit more of an opening to say, like, if there are messages for specific people from loved ones to come through, whether or not they're saying, hey, I have a specific message for you, or if it's just a general, like, I don't even know. So this is me, like, just being open to see what comes through. And so I'm just tapping into intuition. I'm reusing paper so that I don't waste anything. So you might see the shadow of what was on the other side, but we'll ignore that. So thank you for being here. And I'm just going to start with a little tapping into the energy by doing some intuitive drawing and see what emerges. And I have my markers, so we'll just pull different ones and try not to write on my desk and see what wants to come through. Luckily these are cheap, so if I press too hard or scribble them down to a nub, at least it didn't cost too much. Since this is all just a fun exploration. And it'd be fun someday if I framed all of these and put them all up in a room somewhere. I don't know why. I just like making things. So we'll see. I don't know why that wanted to come there. Okay, we're going to color quitsies on this and set this aside. And I keep wanting to use, actually I'll leave my buttons. What was really calling to me was to use a few of these things. Oops. And I'm just going to try not to make a mess. Just grab into these things and just see how they want to drop down. Whoops. I'll put that there. I don't want to get too much going on because I feel like it might cloud the message. We'll see. Okay. So let's see what we have. Oh, nice. Okay. So I do have to say there are a lot of letters showing up. And sometimes I think maybe they would be initials. I'm going to turn the eyeball over. These eyeballs are very static, clingy. They're googly eyes. So I'm taking it all in. So before I take it all in, what I thought this time, I'm just expanding on how I'm doing this. And I kind of want to see are there any cards that want to come out? Or to see. It's a different way by shuffling that oh, that's a lot. That might be too many. We'll see. I'm going to set those aside. And we'll just honor the cards. We'll see what message wants to emerge from these. Okay. So first of all, we've got the Emperor coming through. So there might be a male figure or somebody who's kind of very firm in their beliefs, and maybe a little rigid that way. We'll see. But they care. They really were like the patriarch maybe of the family. So there's the Page of Wands, the Ace of Cups. Is there and sometimes I might want to take these images, because this practice is seeming to work better for me with like tapping into the images. And so it looks like somebody who is the matriarch as well. So we have both like a mother and father figure here, or grandparents. And there's a message from spirit, from the grandparents, about like there's a wish fulfillment. And I don't know if they fulfilled their wish or they're telling you to go forth and fulfill your wish. Let's see. Yeah, they're saying go forth with something. It's going to amount to your ultimate abundance. And there's divine clarity coming in about that. So that is a message for you, whoever it's meant for. But it seems to be from grandparents, because there's a lot, yeah, it's grandparent figures. So we'll see what that means. And by the way, there's, I don't know if one of them was named Max or Maxine. And there's, I'm just seeing if the letters mean anything to me. Let's see. And then there's lots of, whoops. Oh my gosh, I have cards everywhere down here, and I don't even know how this made it. The Hierophant. I wasn't even using these cards. No! I ran over my favorite deck of cards, like looking seemingly several times. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's funny that it's the Hierophant. This is them teaching. It's the teacher card. Like, it's teaching me about my perfectionism. Like, my favorite cards. It got run over. And look, it's the teacher card. Oh, part of me wants to run back out and like order a fresh deck, because that's the perfectionism part of me, is like, I can't believe it has wrinkles now. And now forever. That will be a teacher to me. Every time I pull that card, I'll be remembering, okay, let it go, let it go. So anyway, because it's getting said, it probably doesn't apply just to me. So there might be this message from Spirit for one of you that's like, give up your perfectionism tendencies, because that's what's holding you back from moving forward on this path they're telling you to go forward on. So what I'm going to do is pull a few more cards. Rubber. Soapy, hot. I don't know what that's about, but it like, look, there's like a bubble bath here with a gingerbread man. So I don't know if that has to do with anything. These are just fun cards from a game. I'll pull one more. Speedy. Rubber, soapy, hot, speedy. So I don't know if those words mean something to someone out there. And then, oh, I haven't even used these yet. I'm going to roll a dice. There's the number 1. That's interesting, because I thought it's a dice with a lot of numbers and I get literally the number 1. Let's see what else comes through. I wonder if it was, let's see what all of these, actually that might have been too much. It's like, here, let's do this. I kind of want to know, what I'm curious about, if there's like if these are grandparents, and they have a message for you. Is there something to do with a number? There's the number 40. So is somebody out there in the 40, because these are decade years. These are like just round numbers. So somebody in their 40s. Let's see if there's another more specific. 41, perhaps. And maybe we'll see what else comes through. And the 4 came through again. And 12. So that's 16. 18. And 5 is 21. Whoops. And I dropped that one, which is funny. That one wasn't meant to roll anyway because it never lands. There's 20 plus 7. So is there a 20, somebody who's 20? I don't even know where that went. Where did you go? It's probably for me to run over it. Probably going to run over that too. Well, it's funny that the one that fell off is the only one that won't show a number upright because it's a tetrahedron. It's a triangle, pyramid. So anyway, if somebody out there 41 or 28, we'll just set that aside. And I thought, why not? Because a lot of times I just follow my curiosity and then the message tends to emerge and land with someone. So maybe this is for people in their 40s and 20s, around those ages, who have grandparents that have passed. And again, I don't know what rubber, soapy, hot, and speedy has to do with it, but that'll resonate maybe with somebody. And then I'm pulling some magnetic poetry and just see what is popping out. So, okay, there's a message. Somebody's saying to end an affair. Okay, because it's like somebody's in critical shape. Whoops. So it's like choose between grand might have to do with the grandparents. Choose between like high and low energy, like startle or low. So it's like something like going between extremes. But somebody's saying like end an affair, and somebody's in critical shape, or it's like you'll be in critical shape. Your relationship will be in critical shape if you don't end an affair. And it's like somebody's like the grandparents here are saying choose between high anxiety energy like startle, and then low energy like depression or just lethargy. So there's something about, they're just saying like find your balance. Like right now something about an affair, and I don't know what that means. So it might not be a love affair. It could just be any situation that's in critical shape, or like a situation with someone who's in critical shape. I don't know. We'll see what it's for you to resonate with you, not me. So I have these Garbage Pail Kids cards. We're off the rails here. We're in uncharted territory. Let's see what happens. I thought maybe this would give us a clue of, this says, kinetic snot, leaky Lita. That's funny. Leaky, soapy, speedy. Leaky Lita. So does that make you think of anybody? Kind of makes me think of my grandma. Maybe she's the one. Just kidding. So we'll see if there's an energy of, it's Splash Ash. So these are names and energies of like personalities, or, that might relate to people who have passed. And splash, we've got soapy here, Splash Ash, and leaky Lita, kinetic snot. So I don't know. We'll just see if that makes you think of any loved ones with the Garbage Pail Kid, or just the fact that I'm using Garbage Pail Kid cards. Maybe that is means something to somebody. And so what I'm going to do now, so we've got this overall message from the grandparents saying, like, it's time to pursue like some passion project. It's like to follow your heart, really, to seek some wish fulfillment, because there's a message that whatever you put your mind to here is going to amount in your fulfillment in this life, which will give you just some big clarity, like the thing you've always been knowing you were meant to do, but just haven't started on that journey yet. And so what I'm going to do is pull a couple cards And I kind of want to use the Zodiac Tarot because we're reaching up into the stars here. We're going beyond the earth realm to see what messages are coming through from our loved ones for us. Okay. We have the Two of Pentacles. So again, finding your balance. So that really is the choosing between something. The Queen of Wands and the Sun. This does feel like choosing between like the, I don't want to say dark energy, but there's this like, it's like kind of the serious side of things and the joyful, youthful, hopeful side of things. And that's what it kind of felt like here. And so there's something about choosing between these two extremes or finding your balance. So that message is coming through again in order to manifest this, what you're doing in this lifetime. So I'm curious what that has to do here with this little drawing. And maybe I overcomplicated it. But I feel like you're gathering steam for this journey. It feels like you are like feeling a little trapped or stuck in your current situation. It does feel like maybe this has to do with an affair. That's so weird. Like, is there somebody who has another interest? Maybe they're not even in the affair, but they know they've been drawn to someone and they're feeling torn. That's interesting. That I wonder if this is resonating with one. It doesn't seem like this would apply to a lot of people, but there's again the numbers 7 and 12 seem relevant. Well, maybe it's 9 and 12, 21. 3 is numerology, which makes sense because we're dealing with this third party. It's almost like this third party has come into the mix, and it's left us feeling like this darker energy, this like, I feel like now I have to contemplate something that's not pleasant. And I wonder, what is that? What are we supposed to learn from this? That's what I'm curious about. Things feel really like complicated when trying to see beyond the situation to seek clarity. It's almost too cloudy. But it's like we're trying to understand it because we don't want it to be, obviously it's like it came out of left field, this situation. It doesn't feel like you were seeking it. It just happened. And it's like, oh man, now that I feel this way, like I got to deal with that. And how do I deal with it? So it kind of does feel like an interpersonal relationship kind of issue to deal with. But I wonder what that has to do. And it's funny because if we look at the imagery here, she's in a hot tub with the gingerbread man, which seems like somebody who is not her main partner. Like, it's so funny. Oh my God, I'm sorry I'm laughing. I just have to say, like, you know what's weird is there's like Legos in this picture and we have that same Lego block here. So I wonder what that has to do with usually when I make connections, and there's like a little ball there too. That's so funny. There's something about like this grandfather figure knows that you're meant to go for this thing that's going to amount to something that's almost like he tried to do it in his lifetime, and it couldn't get to fruition, and it's like you're his hope that you can do it in your lifetime. And again, that healing ripples through, like when you achieve that thing, which is like a healing element for him. So it's like then he actually feels like he's achieved it as well. That's interesting. I wonder, I do think there is something about a love affair here. I wonder what the message is. It says like to end it, or else your relationship will be in critical shape, and you're choosing between these things. So I don't know if it's just choosing between like serious and lighthearted. Are those attributes of the two people you're choosing between? I wonder. So what we'll do is we'll set this aside, and I want to get any final, I want to get any final message on, like, what are we supposed to take away from this reading? If you want to call it that. Is this a reading? I don't know what's happening. So, there are a few things that feel pretty cohesive, but maybe not the Garbage Pail Kids, unless those names mean something to you, and those energies of like Splash Ash and Kinetic Snot, Leaky Lita. Like, is somebody a scientist in your family? And it was like they were always dealing with gross things. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's see what final message wants to come through. So we have the Ace of Swords again. We'll see if that, whatever this end of the story is, where we've gotten some clarity on something. The Page of Wands again. So literally we got repeat cards here from the beginning and end of this. And we got the Seven of Cups, which is choosing between. So there's this, you're like trying to use logic to gain clarity, when really your heart wants this thing that you're choosing between. And it's, what are we supposed to, what is our advice? Is there a direction? Well, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is taking action on this thing that the Emperor seems to want to have a wish fulfilled through you. And so it says you need to take action in that direction. And it's also taking action on your passion. This is so, what is this? So it's like, do you follow your head or do you follow your heart? What this is telling you is to follow your heart, because it leads to the wish fulfillment that your ancestors want for you. And the Eight of Cups. So it's like, follow your heart. That's literally the card of following your heart. Don't settle for less, and don't turn back until you achieve it. So you're getting a go-ahead from your ancestors. Whatever this interpersonal affair relationship is, I don't know if it's just generic, like get your affairs in order, like affairs of the heart, go for your purpose, or if this is a side note for a different set of people saying like there's like, don't just settle anymore. Follow your heart, whether that's staying with your current love relationship or the new relationship. There's something you're choosing between, and whatever it is, like, you have to address it, or else your relationship's in critical shape, regardless of which direction you go. So it's this was a little weird, but I like it. I'm still getting the bodily feelings, like, you know, like things are resonating for somebody out there maybe. And like I said, I'll post a picture on my Substack so you can get a close-up of the drawing in case it resonates with you in some way. But there's definitely this pit in somebody's stomach about this choice between options, and it might be between people. And it's kind of like this black hole feeling. Black hole sun. We got a sun over here. So you can't see some of these cards. So I'll post pictures so you can zoom in and see the details if you are along for this on this crazy journey. So anyway, thanks for being here and trying this out with me, and we'll just keep playing with this. Okay, bye-bye.